Hydrate power. You're in the dog zone for an hour. Come on. You know the number. 1-900 hot dog. 1-900 hot dog. 1-900 hot dog. Yeah, 9,000.
Welcome to the Dog Zone 9000, the official podcast of 1-900-HOT-DOG, America's last comedy website. I'm Cave Hunk from the Stars, Robert Brockway, and with me, as always, is my psychic sex pterodactyl, Sean Baby.
I was hoping I'd get psychic sex pterodactyl. Hi, I'm psychic sex pterodactyl, Sean Baby.
and our guest today, she owns a rock that will kill everyone in the world if she doesn't rub it every 6 months. Don't read into that. It's Lydia Bugg.
I'm really jealous of the psychic sex pterodactyl.
In your face, rub rock.
It was such a debate who to give it to.
I think Sean has more ancient gem owner energy to me.
See, that's it. He's got like that.
It's fucked up.
I can picture that
right
sparkle.
off the bat. It's a hostile podcast.
We're going to fight this whole episode, I can tell.
Got a little mental sparkle to him that I can't deny.
Okay, well, it's not a bad role to have the owner of the ancient gem, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take it.
You gotta rub that
important.
gem off every 6 months, or it's gonna kill the whole world.
Or opens a hell portal.
I, for one, think you shouldn't own that gem. I don't think anyone should. It's weird that we got the gem anyway. Before we get into it, Lydia, where can people find more from you?
They can find me every Monday at 1-900hotdog.com. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a really good comedy website where I write an article about things like I watched 58 McDonald's commercials from other countries recently and wrote about it. And yeah, that's the main place you can find me. I also have a book on Amazon called Healthy Choices. It's a horror novella. Oh, and I'm on TikTok again. I made a Hulk Hogan TikTok that made $500.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, because people were mad that I was like saying true facts about Hulk Hogan's life, and they got really mad in the comments. So I got $500, and it was great. Thank you.
That is that's a little bit more than we would have paid you for an article about Hulk Hogan.
It is, yeah.
That's
Not by much, though.
emasculating.
Not really by that much, though.
No,
Yeah.
it was a lot less work though. So
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
If only more Hulk Hogans would die, then you'd just be laid back, bringing in that sweet, sweet money.
yeah, if only Hulk Hogan could die every single week, my life would be great.
Let's kill him again.
That's the sentiment I got from the internet when he did die.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up a Hulkamaniac, but I realized that it did not age well, most of Hulk Hogan's antics.
Yeah.
And as someone who worked in media, like I think I have a right to hate Hulk Hogan because he did sort of kill all media with that Peter Thiel lawsuit.
He did, yeah. And I wasn't even like, oh, I'm glad Hulk Hogan's dead. I was like, Hulk Hogan secretly wanted to be like a food influencer. Here's like all of the times that he tried and failed to get into like food influencing.
Pastamania, my favorite.
My favorite one is he tried to do a George Foreman grill, but his exploded.
Yeah.
Like by design.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was part of it.
Yeah.
No, it was. And
They had that in the reality show where he was talking about how, like, goddamn, like, they all had the same agent, him and George Foreman and some other guy. And, like, they went to George Foreman first. And George Foreman's like, sure, I'll take the grill. And then Hulk Hogan got stuck with some other product, the Thunder Mixer, which I own and I love it. And
you do really?
Also explodes by
yes.
design.
Oh my God.
And it was my my Warcraft name when I played Warcraft.
Oh, it's a good Warcraft name.
And yeah, and he, like, on the show was talking about how, like, God damn, if I only had that grill, I'd have lots more money. And so then he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I could just make my own grill. But apparently he could not.
Sean, it's actually funnier than that even, because I learned from TikTok commenters that the creator of the George Foreman grill came out and said that was a lie, that he never offered it to Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
He invented this
Love
dream.
that. He's such a fucking liar. That dead guy was such a fucking liar.
He really was. He really was. So, and the Thunder Mixer, I talked about that too, doesn't actually blend, correct? It simply mixes.
It's just for, like, the shelf. But my buddy Crispin bought a Thunder Mixer and used it in the office, and it broke after like 2 shakes.
Yeah.
Just instantly was
because it just
a
mixes,
fucking
brother.
Slurry of blades.
You can't use it to blend. No
Yeah.
chunks.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It was crazy. He tried so many times. It was like his big dream to just do something with food. He had like burgers and like a frozen burgers, frozen chicken sandwiches. He had like a energy drink. And he's just like, please, please let me do this. And he failed spectacularly every single time.
Yeah. He had so many bad side hustles.
I just don't see that guy and think, I wanna eat something from him. You know what I mean? Like, I see George Foreman, I'm like, that guy probably makes a good burger. Like, I know that's not true. It doesn't have anything to do with it. But I look at Hulk Hogan, and I'm like, oh, that guy's eating some, like, spoiled alligator or something.
Yes.
Well, Always Sunny made that famous observation that he has the skin of a hot dog. So maybe if he had done hot dogs.
Yeah, he should do a hot dog turner like they have at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
So Foreman's got burgers, he's got dogs.
For that.
Yeah.
The Thunder Roller.
Like a Japanese commercial of him
there.
like rolling around. Thunder Roller, yes!
That's what it should have been. Yeah.
Not appetizing, but like fun.
All right, somebody bring Hulk Hogan back to life. We got a pitch for him.
And Liddy needs to kill him again.
Yes, there we go.
That's Liddy's side hustle. It's murdering Hulk Hogan.
I also just need to say in my research for that, I found that if you go to the website for the Ultimate Grill now, his grill, it says like, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Also, if you own an Ultimate Grill, they've all been recalled. Please return it.
Don't fire it up in his honor. You're legally not allowed to.
Yeah. You will join him. If you fire it up in his honor, you'll soon be with him.
All right, Sean,
Amazing.
Anything you would like to promote today?
Yeah, I'll plug 1-900hotdog.com. It's the reason I'm always sleepy on this podcast. Like, for example, last night, you got to go where the art takes you, and I was working on something that kind of inspired me. I made an arcade game guide for a fake game that I invented about writing for Turbo Teen. Like, the idea was Turbo Teen had been on the air for 37 years, and you were a staff writer on that show trying to come up with new ideas for Turbo Teen to defeat with his ability to turn into a car. And so I thought, what if they made an arcade game about that job in 1985? And there's a strategy guide about that. Anyway, that took me 41 pages. And so I just didn't get any sleep because, like I say, I'm not going to do that and have it be 3 pages long. Like, I have to really explore that just so you can catch up with the fucking premise.
Here's the great thing about our site. Here's my plug for our site. Imagine pitching that to anybody else.
Wouldn't even get through the start of it.
No, it wouldn't even get through the... excuse me, Turbo Teen? What does that have to do? Do you think that's marketable? People haven't talked about that in ever.
Nope.
They never talked about it. It was never popular.
When I searched for it, I got almost entirely Google matches for the podcast we did about it.
And now here's 6 layers of obscurity. That's what we do.
Yep.
That's what we do.
And premise and conceit. I'm sorry, I'll let you plug yours.
Yes, I am legal.
I'm done talking about Turbo Teen for now.
I am legally obligated to plug mine. I have to promote my new book. My book contract had a bit in there about how I have to promote it on social media within a certain window. And as a joke, just a joke, I refuse to do that. Now, I'll take a quick poll. How do you respond to jokes usually?
A little chuckle?
Yeah, like a little bit of laughter?
Maybe a little gaff?
Uh-huh. And Sean?
Kick to the stomach.
Okay, I'll still take it because neither of your answers were full asset seizure. Like I feel like that's an inappropriate response to a joke. So, okay. My new book is called I Will Kill Your Imaginary Friend for $200. It comes out January 20th, 2026. And if you don't buy it right now, I'm going to prison and I'm taking everything you love with me.
No more Turbo Teen. That's
reasonable.
What the people clamor for. Hulk Hogan will come back to life if you don't buy Brockway's book. I Will Kill Your Imaginary Friend for $200.
Please buy Brockway's book, everyone.
That's the best plug I could possibly get. Yeah, buy it. You don't want to be responsible for that. What's your problem? Today we are going to talk about a comic book I love. We're talking about Zoran, Star Warrior.
Seconded. This is the fucking best.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, I have to say.
This is a sword and sorcery comic by my favorite maniac, Craig Stormont. Craig wrote his own comics. He ran a publishing company for almost a decade called Blue Comet Press. He is He is uniquely crazy in the way that he was the editor-in-chief for that, because it was kind of a vanity press. No, he had plenty of employees, but he was their most prolific creator and writer. He made that press as a way just to get his own work out there. And yet, as editor-in-chief of a comic press, he canceled everything he ever created within a very short period of time. Craig Stormont, editor, really truly despised Craig Stormont, writer. The longest running series he ever published was Life Brigade, and it made it to 3 issues. Most titles got canceled.
And I'd say it overstayed its welcome.
Yeah, 3 issues was too many. Most got canceled after a single issue. Some titles, he had a preview issue, a teaser issue for them, and then canceled it before the first issue. So technically, they never even started.
Amazing.
Zoran is a lucky one. It made it to 2 issues technically, but spoiler, no, it didn't. It was really only the 1 issue. We'll talk about that. We'll get to what's in the second issue in the bonus podcast. For right now, we're gonna read the first issue, only issue published in. Here's the first shocker: 1994. Is when this was published.
Oh, wow. I would not have guessed that.
Never in a million
That's
years.
fucking crazy. Like, I would have put this in the early 80s.
Early 80s. And even then, like, a little too late.
This editorial is really something. I'm sure you're going to get to it.
Yeah,
but like,
I will.
Are we going to read this entire thing?
Yes.
It's so
yes, we are.
bitter and
Okay.
mean to the X-Men, and I hate it. Sorry, I just have to say immediately. Like, his name drop of the X-Men is so distasteful, and it immediately made me not on his side.
Yeah, that's the Craig Stormont way. Let's get into the editorial. We're talking about it anyway. Craig Stormont always starts off his comics, and that's right. I said starts his comics with a long, unhinged editorial. And here is Zoran's. You, dear friend, are the lifeblood of the small independent comics market. How do I know? Easy. You bought this comic, a black and white comic from a small independent publisher, Blue Comet Press. But you were also very lucky because of the 3,000 some comic shops in the direct market. I figure less than a quarter are consistently buying our books, so you can even see them to make up.
Hold on, it is already getting so bitter. Like, he is in the second sentence and he's already pissing himself off.
It's such a pleasant first sentence is what cracks me up. Like, you dear reader, why, you've made a fine choice supporting us independent artists, and not many fucking people are. So you can even see them to make up your own mind if you want to buy them. We also have found we can't count on our regular buyers to continue handling our books.
Well, okay, I want to stop you there because there is no such thing as a regular buyer for a Craig Stormont fucking title.
You're not a regular publisher. You don't publish more than 1 issue. Sometimes 0. How am I supposed to buy that?
Yeah, you can't really keep up with the series if there's no series, so I don't know where that complaint's even coming from.
It's crazy. If they, meaning the comic book shops, if they have too many Batman products to buy that month, they cut Blue Comet Press comics first, instead of cutting a few X-Men or other DC or Marvel titles that are less popular and never sell out. They just cut the complete order from Blue Comet and other struggling small independents.
Yeah, I stopped reading at that point. I was like, fuck this guy.
This is really funny. I think it's funny just because, like, to compare yourself to Batman and X-Men and call them, like, less popular than you when you're fucking Craig Stormont publishing a Conan knockoff in 1994.
The reason he thinks that is because they never sell out. So he goes to the comic book shop and he sees like the 3 copies he's put in their store have either sold out or been thrown on the floor, more likely. And then he's like, but you always have X-Men. Nobody's buying X-Men. No, they buy more of the good ones.
They had like 30 copies of X-Men.
Because people like that. He didn't understand that. That's the whole conceit of this rant, is that he doesn't understand that the more popular things they buy more of so that they don't sell out.
It feels like it's so childlike. I don't know, like, what do you call it? Sophistic when like he's making an argument, but it's like just to be difficult. It's so fucking stupid at its core that like I'm more popular than Batman if you judge by by how my comics are in the store. Because everyone bought them all
Because they ordered one.
right. And you're like, I guess there's a chance you're not technically wrong, but you're clearly insane.
Well, and just wanting to start your comic book with a long rant about how your comic books aren't popular.
It really gets you in the mood.
Yes.
And it doesn't even matter how good or what top professional does the art and stories for the small independent. They are just totally dropped from the racks. We have artists like Tim Vigil, Ben Dunn, and Stephen Hughes. You know all of them, of course. And the well-known professional Del Barris. And still, our sales are so low, we're not sure we will make it. And it's not because our books don't sell.
It seems like it is because of that, though.
Doesn't it?
Not as in all caps, just so you know he's being a real bitch about this. It's not because our books don't sell.
Our sales are so low, we're not sure we'll make it, and it's not because our books don't sell.
Makes sense to me.
If they are put on the racks and given a chance, but when the regular customers that know they can sell our comics and have regular buyers for our comics still cut our orders, then we know we can't trust the direct market for anything. Our futures will not work out in this kind of market. It also is another of the 1,000 heartbreaks that is professional comics as they are today. But knowing...
So, hold on. I think we're taking a turn here from bitterness into, like, despair. So maybe we'll see if we can pull out of it.
Yeah, well, surely he'll pull out of this. But knowing that we have buyers that can't get our comics, doesn't get our books out, or make us enough money to make publishing comics worth it, but we aren't quitting. We are going to go to new markets and put our efforts into markets that we can trust.
One small correction. We aren't quiting.
I'm skipping over all of the spelling errors because we would be here. This would be the whole podcast. He's the edit again. This is the editor. The editor speak. But we aren't quitting. We are going to go to new markets and put our efforts into markets that we can trust to continue selling our books as long as they are selling. For now, we are going to concentrate our efforts in the LA area where we live. We are still going to solicit our comics to the direct market, so you may still see them if you have a smart comic shop in your area. Or you can order a subscription or buy copies directly from us, but we know we cannot survive on your mail orders. We are going to work to start our own route of markets, bookstores, liquor stores, gift shops, and comic shops, or magazine counters here in the 6 million of people of Los Angeles.
So he's like, I'm going to become a door-to-door salesman for my own comic books because I can't trust the comic book stores.
I'm going to sell them in liquor stores, baby. People love comic books in liquor stores.
I'll take some
that sounds
Fifth
radical.
of Jack Daniels and whatever Conan knockoff black and white comics you got from Mad Men.
Give me that independent comic book and what liquor pairs best with it so I can be drunk enough to enjoy this.
A nice burgundy. Oh, okay, great. And maybe a dessert wine for his superhero comic.
A Mad Dog, you say? Oh, that's funny. I was going to get that
this is
anyway.
a Mad Dog comic.
This is a Mad Dog
This is an Evan Williams comic.
Bottom shelf. So, to put it mildly, we are very hurt by our sales figures for our 2 latest comics.
It's like a stand-up comedian complaining that no one's at his show to the people who came to his show.
Yes.
Instead of doing the show. We thought we had begun to build a following and our numbers were low, but at least livable. Now maybe because of all the December Batman product.
Oh my God, he hates Batman. At least it wasn't
fucking mad
X-Men.
at Batman.
Plus all the other costs of the season, our sales are lower than we ever dreamed they could be. One of our titles went from 4,500 to 1,200 copies. Just unreasonable when the next copy has the same top pros that made it sell well before.
He's got his own take on this, but what I think happened is people bought it and didn't like it.
Yes.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It's one explanation. It's just one possible explanation.
Even though it had the same people, they didn't like it. Well, he also just doesn't get the natural fall off of anything, comic books especially, but any series. Like, you go to the second one, you're going to lose people that just tried the first one just to try it, even if it's like, oh, it's not my thing, and they don't hate it. Which, by the way, they would hate it. It was because they hated it, and it was bad. But even if that wasn't the case, you would still lose a significant amount of audience unless you became like a sleeper monster hit, which he obviously wouldn't know anything about. If you haven't noticed, many of the independents have disappeared, and all of us are in big, big trouble. All of us! If you really like independent comics and having a choice besides Marvel and DC, you had better start doing something to save the companies that are still left. This is no stretch of the truth. Marvel and DC are squeezing out the independents, and you are the losers. He spelled it losers, but whatever. It's back to the dark ages for comics. That's the end of the editorial on the first page, and now to the second page. Let's start the show, everybody.
So we should start by assuming this is better than Batman and X-Men. Like, that's where we're going into it with that idea.
But also, don't get too committed to this first issue because it's clearly doomed to failure.
But a lot of that's market forces and Batman's fault.
It's mostly Batman. The art here, I will say Del Barris, who I have at least heard the name before, he does a much more competent job than you were used to seeing in Blue Comet Press comics. It's kind of a standard Conan. We'll just go through it. In the first panel, he is climbing a cliff, and he sees like a dark shadow in the distance on the air. He looks up and finds like a really generically designed pterodactyl monster descending upon him. It's kind of nothing. It's kind of something. It doesn't say anything. We are not given any like context for it.
It's like a Dungeon Master's tattoo. It's not. It's like fine. It's
fine. It's nothing special. It also doesn't say anything. We get no context for it. He hurls a bolo around its legs and then cuts it in half, and then holds both of his swords to the air for no reason and screams, "Gods of the planet, Reinald, give your son strength. Give my weapons your power. Let us do your bidding."
Okay, so right here I turned on this hard because this is just Conan, but at least Conan's gods like have names and like personalities, I guess. And so for this, like, you could tell the world building's bad when this guy's like, whatever you call the guys who run the religion here, which we also haven't named.
And also, I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have a goal in mind. So if you do, I'll build a shed. I could do some plumbing. I can kill another pterodactyl monster. I'm not really sure why I did that.
We're on page 0 and we're out of ideas.
Like this planet's Superman or something, I guess.
Yeah,
probably.
Maybe.
Who knows? Next page, some dinosaurs are standing by a volcano, and the text reads, "Reinald, a very young planet, in what would be our Cretaceous period, the age of the dinosaur, but with a few differences. One main difference is people have already evolved."
It's like he's explaining to the reader like something I guess he should have like discussed in a pitch meeting with like a different writer, I guess. I don't know. This isn't like consumer-facing copy is maybe the technical term.
Yeah, remember this is 1994 when like many properties like Land of the Lost, we've been briefed on this, Herculoids is another, just like, people and dinosaurs.
Turok.
It's like, not that crazy.
If it had just said, Reinald, world of dinosaurs and man, done.
Sure.
Done.
And awesome.
One difference is people have evolved.
No, listen, okay, you know how there's dinosaurs on Earth, right? Okay, now picture that. Hold that in your head. You got it? Now imagine people.
And though there are people, they're already in trouble. A woman and her child are just kind of near these warring dinosaurs screaming, "No, aye!" and "Help!" And then we get a close-up on the back of the woman and child, and she is fully caked up, wearing a fur thong.
Yeah, most of my notes are about this woman's outfit. Almost everything I've written is about her outfit and her looks. Like, my first one was, I believe, people have evolved, and apparently they also evolved as Sephora because she's wearing a full bead of makeup.
She's wearing full makeup. The fur thong I would not recommend anyone try.
Fur thong, but also knee-length, high-heeled boots.
Now, when she says, when she says
looking
high-heeled, you're maybe picturing like caveman boots with a high heel. No, they're stilettos. They're like, no technology has evolved except for their high heel game. Their high heel game.
And I feel like if he wasn't a madman, this would be rad. I feel like this would have like a heavy metal radness to it. But no, that's not what we're dealing with here.
So there's a big squirming phallic tentacle after them, and Zoran swings down from a nearby vine and scoops them up, and then we see their faces, and like Lydia said, she's beautifully made up, like straight out of a Sephora. The child
wearing earrings too, also.
Yeah, earrings
no,
also.
No pants, but she has earrings.
The child will be a struggle for the artist, for Del Barris. From here on out, the child will be his worst enemy. He will never be drawn the same in a panel twice.
He gives him like 6-pack abs at one point in that distant panel at the bottom, and then later he's has a normal like little child tummy.
Like in this panel, he's got a big pot belly. He's got really little shriveled legs and huge ape arms. And in future panels, he'll have little dwarf arms and like huge pecs. He just does not. This child is the scourge of Del Barris's existence. And the child says, "You saved our lives, Zoran." And he says, "It was nothing, Ty, my lad." Then the woman.
So he knows them.
He knows them. And the woman speaks and says, "Thank you, Zor. I am very grateful," spelled wrong. "Come to my dwelling tonight for a feast, and I'll show you my gratitude, warrior." And it's just real horny look.
Yeah, super bedroom eyes.
To which he says, he included the stumble, I wouldn't miss it for all the jewels in Reinald, as if to say, you're really horny for me in front of your child. Like, you almost just died. What is happening?
I really thought he'd have more game than this. Like, when he swooped in on the Tarzan rope, I'm like, oh, they're going to fuck. This is some Boris Vallejo stuff.
She threw him off.
Yeah. And yeah, he's just fully stumbly, like...
Like a nerd.
I don't know.
Like
I just figured he could
nerd.
fuck. Yeah,
Zoran,
he's a tree nerd.
star nerd of the future. I think he probably
trips
did.
over a rock. He's like backing away from her so hard.
And to which he says, "Oops! Oh no!" Which is a great thing to
Because
say.
he knows he blew it. He had this sure thing. Her underpants in this next panel are so small that I thought she was just nude. Like they kind of look like just the artist's suggestion of hips. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, like, did she already take off her panties?
And she's out in the jungle where there's poison ivy, and she's just like begging to get poison ivy like on her vagina in this outfit. Like it's,
She's so covered in scrapes and funguses.
He just was not ready for a sexually powerful woman like this. She laughs at him, which you probably shouldn't do to a super powerful nerd in the middle of the jungle.
That's true. But I think it kind of works. Like, this is just the push and pull of their love.
She says, "Yes, mighty warrior, but be careful not to kill yourself on the way," giggle. And then the text below says, "The happy trio don't realize how prophetic these last words may be." He's going to kill himself?
Yeah, he can't resist just revealing stuff. Later there will be death in my sword and sorcery comic.
But also, she said, don't kill yourself on the way. Not like, watch out or there's danger or...
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he's referencing how he's going to cancel the comic in like 20 pages.
There it is. This is my favorite part. This is what makes one of my favorite is this next panel. Next panel is just Zoran walking along and he's thinking, tonight it will be more like heaven than heaven itself.
And itself is a bizarre typo, like IT' space self.
It is self. But then the next panel, he's sitting like on a rock with his chin on his fist, just like wistfully looking off down a canyon, and he's still thinking, tonight.
He's like dangling his little feeties over the edge, just kicking his feet and thinking about how he's going to kiss his girlfriend.
As though he's been doing this for 4 hours, just going, tonight's the truly special night of nights. That's what tonight shall be. More like... And then he sees a pterodactyl swooping in, and some rocks fly by and hit it in the head. And he notices that it says Zoran watches as the creature is knocked from the sky and hits the ground, then fights a group of able hunters for his life. Though horribly outnumbered, it battles savagely, and then Zoran leaps into battle on its side, screaming, "Woo!" Also, you just killed a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
For no reason. Why is this different?
I wondered the same thing. What is he has no dog in this fight, so what's he doing?
And he has specifically murdered a pterodactyl in the first page with no context. No words were spoken, so I don't...
These cavemen guys kind of have the same face as the gargoyle monster he fought earlier. They have 3 eyes and predator mouths. So maybe he's just a racist?
Yeah, maybe. Zoran, star racist.
Yeah.
Unfuckable star racist, Zoran.
I thought they were kind of going for a YA thing, like he's kind of writing for teen girls, he wants, instead of the outright sexual content of a Conan or a Tarzan, he's just he wants that will they won't they, that anticipation.
He does kind of look like a romance character. In the close-ups of his face in the next panel, he looks like handsome Squidward.
Yeah,
I
he does.
think you guys are complicating this. I think Craig Stormont does not fuck.
Well, yeah, okay, sure.
That's a reasonable, reasonable idea.
Yeah.
The remaining attackers decide the Odes are against them. ODS. I've never seen anybody misspell odds like that. Are against them, and they run away. Good thinking. And the next panel really throws
Maybe that's
me.
a government organization in this world. It's a Cretaceous period, but there is still an ODS. I don't know what it stands for.
The next panel, him and the pterodactyl are drawn completely differently. It is suddenly romance comic art. For both him and the pterodactyl as they lock eyes lovingly, and the pterodactyl even has a little anime sparkle above its head as if to say, I fucking love you. I love you so much.
You say he doesn't fuck, but look at this panel.
There's a lot of lust here. No fucking.
He also went to the Sephora. He kind of looks like he's wearing eyeshadow and lipstick.
It's real nice. He's got some contour on his cheekbones.
A nice brow, a nice laminated brow.
He's gotten suddenly much more beautiful than every other panel, and it was just because of this pterodactyl's love. I think that's a wonderful
pterodactyl really brought out his inner beauty.
It brought out his inner beauty. That's wonderful. The pterodactyl is thinking, "You saved my life, Reynaldian. You have my gratitude. I am sworn to serve you as my master for saving me. It's my duty." To which he is thinking, or to which he says, I can hear you, but you do not speak. What can it be? And then, no time to explore that. Cut to the next panel. He's writing on the pterodactyl. We've skipped over a lot of relationship building here. And he's saying, "So, your name is Axig. You come from an almost extinct race of intelligent telepathic flying reptiles?"
It sounds like the copy from the back of an action figure, as if the comic has genuine enthusiasm, in that I think he can kind of picture how cool a dinosaur Conan He-Man would be, but he's so far ahead of himself. Every panel sounds like the acceptance speech for the award for coolest toy and film franchise. He hasn't put in the work of what this is or taken the reader along with him in any way.
No, we skip right to the exposition so he can just be that's
right.
Whatever. He's a pterodactyl. He's a psychic pterodactyl. We don't need to know how they get along. They just do. They kick ass.
As if that wouldn't be cool to find out. As if that wouldn't be fun. A full page at least of this guy's backstory would have been really fun.
Yep. I say I don't know. I like Thundar. I like all these things that he clearly enjoys. But when Thundar meets Ukla the Mock, you either have the story or just start the show with them together, and you're yeah, I fucking get it. It's like Han Solo, Chewbacca. They're just friends from before. I don't know. There's a lot of knockoff things that out there that sort of suck. It sucks that they exist and they're creatively bankrupt, but at least someone made them. This is not done yet. This is the start of an idea he did not execute on. It's a tenth of a story about Conan with random Conan knockoffs folded in on it. It's just, I don't know, it's slop. But I love this kind of world though, the stupid Toyland inspired genre world. But there's a reason we know who He-Man and G.I. Joe are. Like, someone went in and gave each G.I. Joe guy his own outfit, and it's dumb. Like, this one's a ninja and this one's Dolomite, and this guy loves old movies and hates shoes. But it's a world, and they built it, and you can enjoy it. And there's just nothing to grab onto. It's like, you know, it'd be cool if he had a pterodactyl. How are we going to meet that? I don't know. He fucking meets it. I don't fucking.
It's a pterodactyl.
Yeah. It's
I've
just
just
not
had
even
a
worth
brilliant
showing
idea.
us if this is the origin.
We skip it.
Skip it, but not all of it. Like smear it across a page, but make it shitty.
So the next page, he's flying on the pterodactyl, and he says, "There it is, Axig Windshadow. That's Rolanda's castle." I guess the lady's name is Rolanda. Probably should have established that one earlier.
And again, she has a castle, but not pants.
Yes.
She will
They should
love
also
you.
have established that she has supreme magical powers. I feel like we don't learn that until the very last page. Spoiler, I guess. But like, she was helpless to those monsters earlier. I don't know, just something to keep in mind that
I didn't
later
even
we
think
find
about
out.
that. She could shoot like lasers with her hands, and she needed him to scoop her up and fly her away from just accidentally being like stepped on.
Yeah, that's okay. The guy who invented her forgot to.
Yeah, Craig Stormont? That's not the first time he's done that. He's actually done that several times with several of his characters, where he's made a helpless damsel in distress and then like, oh yeah, but she has like superpowers. Like, well, all right. That was a little weird that you forgot that.
A little suspicious that you just wanted to see the hot lady tied up. I don't know.
So Zoran says, "There it is," pointing to her castle. "There it is, Axig Windshadow. That's Rolanda's castle. She will love you, Axig." And
Yes, Axig, there it is, Axig. She would love you, Axig.
to which Axig thinks, or telepathically sparkles, "If you say so, master." I think that's I think the telepathic pterodactyl is maybe a little more right here, where like you show up with like a surprise monster and they're like, "Rolanda, you're gonna fucking love it. This is a psychic sex pterodactyl. We've got a real flirtatious thing going on. You love it, right?" "Yeah, she loves it."
She loves it. I can read her mind, master. She's not into it at all.
So they land in the castle. He's looking all around. He says, "Rolanda, Ty, where are you, Rolanda?" To which the pterodactyl finds it first. He says, "Zoran, over here quickly." And they see what I can only discern from context is supposed to be the child from earlier. This is a very deformed child. Like, his head is grown 6 times its size. He's
Beat
got
the human DNA out of this fucker.
He's got tiny little dwarf arms. He's got huge, like, bee sting cheeks. He's just a mess. And Zoran says, "Ty boy, oh no! Here, young Ty, have
boy.
some water. Feel better? That was a nasty bump." As though he surely must have just been running down the hall and ran into the wall. And you're like,
Right.
no more questions.
Place is destroyed. They clearly got like kidnappers came in and trashed the place, beat him nearly to death, and he's like, "Hey,
What a
pretty
nasty
rough bump
bump
you
you've
got."
taken.
Yeah.
The child has a look of terror on his face as he's drinking this water, as though he's being waterboarded in this moment, as though he's just like flooding his mouth. He says, "Oh, my head hurts, but I feel okay." And then, "Zoran, they took Rolanda, the demons, they took her. Oh no."
And it's like, oh, okay, there are demons in this universe. Good to know.
Yep. Good to know. We know there are gods. They don't have names, but they have their own hell, I guess, because there's demons.
That sounds so sarcastic to me. "Oh, they took Rolanda, the demons, they took her. Oh no." Like, I would, yeah, I know it. You're setting this up. You killed your sister. This is like an orphan scenario. You're
busted.
clearly not a little boy. You're like a 50-year-old man with some sort of disease. She found out and you killed her. I get it. He says, "We came home from where you saved us a while back, and to get ready for your party tonight," they're going to throw him a party. "When we came in the door," and Rolanda is walking up saying, "Someone's in here. We better go get ... And then a demon says, "Going somewhere." And he's a Goro demon. He's a 4-armed kind of orc. It is, again, kind of something, kind of nothing design sensibility, where you look at it and you're like, yeah, I guess that scans as a monster. I would have tried to think of, like, I don't know, something visual to, like,
It
make
feels
that
like
guy
a
pop.
doodle like you'd make in 6th grade, I guess. Like if you like Dungeons and Dragons, it's just kind of the thing you draw without thinking about it.
Good hat, decent cape.
Sure.
Yeah, the textile industry doing really good on Ronald. Is there a planet named Ronald?
Reynold?
Reynold.
Rolanda. No, that's her name.
Well, yep. Sensing a problem with the names. The kid says, then this demon said to tell you not to follow, and he took the Reynaldian soul stone and my sister Rolanda. Then he hit me and knocked me out. You know the rest.
Okay, and this is exactly what I'm talking about with like this back of an action figure shit. Like this reads like the text crawl at the start of a cartoon. Because the psychic pterodactyl jumps and he's like, yes, your woman Rolanda is the high priestess keeper of the soul stone, that stone that has the power to destroy all of Ryland and overrun it with the darkest of magic and demons, right? You're like, I don't know.
Which only leaves him to say, yes, that is right.
Yep, that's exactly right. Thanks for clearing all that up.
That's a crazy rant that you just went on, pterodactyl, but yeah, you got it.
Yep.
You got it.
And then the narrator basically says the exact same thing again. There's a text box explaining the whole thing over.
That there's a giant magic diamond that will destroy the whole world unless they do a little ceremony to contain it. Mostly nude. You have to do the ceremony pretty much entirely pantsless.
Except for the 4 or 5 men behind her who are head to toe clothes. Like they're in
full robes.
Full robes with a hood up and everything. So
it's like
clothes
reverse
exist.
Islam.
Clothes exist in this world.
She's just a
it's
freak.
Like the men have to hide their bodies because the ladies get too crazy.
Yes.
But she's got to perform this ritual to keep the stone from killing the whole world twice a year. I would simply not have the kill the world stone. That's me.
Yeah.
To which
I
Zoran,
like that there's stakes and sort of rules. But I feel like it's not as fascinating to me as it is to Craig Stormont. Like, there's a rock that's important, I think is enough.
Yeah, big important rock is a really easy way to move your story forward. Like, I'm currently watching Vampire Diaries, and every season there's a new important rock, and that's the whole impetus for the season. It's the Moonstone, or...
How are the thongs? Are the thongs good?
Sadly, no thongs, but lots of good jewelry. There's like it's all about jewelry, and that's my theory of why it was so popular. Because it was like you got rings that can let vampires walk in the sunlight, you got rings that keep you from dying from anything supernatural, you got a moonstone that's important for a reason. I don't know why. I'm not done with season 2 yet, but I think in our brains we're like, yeah, big rock important. So that just gets your story going.
Gets you going. Gets your blood flowing. Big rock. Fuck yeah. So it's
and again, I don't have a problem with any of this. I like a MacGuffin. I like a power sword that He-Man and Skeletor fight over. But this is so stupid.
Zoran says, we only have 2 days until the next time of chaos. That's the ceremony where they reset the death rock. We must find Rolanda and the Soul Stone and get them back here before that time, or the dark door to the Nether Realms will be permanently opened.
Oh, fucking hell.
The Nether
He read a
Realms.
book on how you need to have a ticking clock in your story, but like, just never learned to spell past 4th grade.
I like the idea of the Nether Realms, where they're just...
Yeah, the Nether Realms.
They're just neither. What are they? They're not this, they're not that. The child says, but Zoran, what if you need me? I can't stay here alone, can I? And Zoran says, sorry, not this time, little one. Where I must go, no child should ever be. Now I go to pray before leaving on my quest. I guess he's just gonna leave that child there to die of exposure?
Yeah, he's like 6. He's just leaving him at home alone in a giant castle with no panes of glass in the windows.
Yeah. That has been attacked.
That's too much to dust for a child.
That has been freshly attacked by demons. This is clearly an important castle. Like, I assume the big rock is in the castle somewhere. They're gonna come back. This kid is not... I know he's a deformed 50-year-old man, but like, I'm just saying, Zoran doesn't know that. It shows the child sneaking onto the back of the pterodactyl, and the text reads, while Zoran prays to his gods for his quest to succeed, Ty slips into the bedroll that has been attached to Axig, along with the saddle that was borrowed from a horse.
We don't need to know this.
We explain
it's a fucking pterodactyl saddle. I just assumed you had that in your world. Now, I didn't even know you had horses. I thought people rode dinosaurs. Dumbass.
There's more explanation for where the saddle came from than where the psychic pterodactyl came from.
Right.
We skipped the psychic pterodactyl explanation to make time for the saddle talk.
Okay, now what I think this reveals is there's no stray thought that doesn't get put down on the page, which means we are seeing the entire world that he's built is like this fucking half a napkin of an idea, which is terrifying.
Of course, Axig knew what was going on, but being old, he said nothing, showing his wisdom. I don't know. That's not wisdom to me, allowing the child to...
I did like that he at least mentioned why Axig didn't say anything, because I was immediately like, isn't he a hyper-intelligent psychic pterodactyl? Okay, he knew. He just didn't give a shit.
Somebody told him that. Somebody was reading the comic and is like, why doesn't the pterodactyl know? To which Craig Storman was like, first of all, you're fucking fired. Second of all, I'm going to put a text box in here.
They could have taken out the text box and put in like the kid saying, hey, shut up about this, pterodactyl. He's like, Zoran said not to come. Shut the fuck up.
I'm on your back. I'll stab you.
Same amount of space. And like the characters would have personality and like they'd be playing off each other. I don't know. I'm talking like a writer. I need to think more like a maniac.
Stop trying to fix it. We can't fix it, Sean. You'll go crazy.
So they fly away, and we cut to elsewhere at Zoran's quest's end, the decadent, anarchistic city of Bloodrealm. The city is named Bloodrealm. Great name.
Great description. Just words.
The Regalian demon men that rule Bloodrealm. So the Regalian demon men of Reinald who have captured Rolanda. Woof, how could I mix that? If only there was a solution to this problem. The Regalian demon men that rule Bloodrealm are having a special meeting in honor of their captured guest, Rolanda, and she's just extra caked out. She has gotten butt implants since the last time we've seen her.
Somehow more nude, too. Like, her top is strapless now, it looks like. They've taken her straps.
Yeah, that bikini is shrinking every single panel.
The one thing she had was the straps, you guys.
Sometimes you can sort of tell when an artist uses pornography as like their research.
Yeah.
I think that might be what we're dealing with here. Because the musculature is a little better and the angles are very dynamic. You're like, okay, so you had a photo reference for this one. This lady tied up.
Yeah, you had the tied up one. You didn't have the photo reference for like consensually throwing a party. Like that didn't work out.
Yeah.
So there's an evil orc man here, the same one that kidnapped her. He's saying, "My name is Rhagal, leader of Bloodrealm, and soon to be emperor."
His name is Rhagal. From the Rhagolians on the Islands, capturing Rolanda.
To which she says, "You simple, bloodlusting dog eater, you will be stopped, this I swear to you. At this moment, the greatest warrior on Reinald is on his way here to crush your bones into my bread."
It's pretty hard. I like that.
I said, they have dogs?
Yep, they got dogs and horses.
Apparently, we've never seen a dog.
They eat the dogs. But I don't think it's good to eat dogs. I think dickheads eat dogs.
They like to eat bone sandwiches. On Reinald. I love a good bone between a piece of bread here and there.
Delicious. That's from Jack and the Beanstalk, right? Like the giant wants to kill Jack to
grind your bones to make my bread, which like I'll grind it into like the flour, but she's just like, no, you're gonna put bones in my bread, and I'm gonna eat them.
Yummy bone bread.
bone sandwich out of you. I don't know. She's in a real stressful situation. I didn't expect her to make a lot of sense.
All right, the next panel shows us Zoran making out with somebody else, and the text says, "Well, maybe not exactly this moment." Zoran had one important stop before he continue his quest, so he's like, "All right, I gotta stop, make out with this lady for a little bit, then the quest."
This is so good. This is like when Daredevil goes into a bar to like beat the information out of people. Zoran's fucking his way to information. It's so great. It's a real Conan move. I love it.
He stops making out with her just to say, "Please, Queel, now will you tell me how to find the Blood Realm?" So she knows.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for him. He was like, he doesn't want to make out with her. He has to.
That's because Rolanda's worst enemy is Queel, the second most powerful wizardess in Reinald. The only other one who knows the location of the Blood Realm.
Okay, so this is why I also think this comic is targeting girls. Like, this is setting up kind of a Betty and Veronica love triangle with Zoran, I think, for future issues. And I think that'll really appeal to lady readers.
I would like that. Archie, but he's kind of a Neanderthal
but he's Conan.
loser.
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds, you're making this, now I want to publish this. You're making this too fun.
Betty and Veronica are completely nude every single issue.
Nude Betty and Veronica, they're wizards. They're both susceptible to make out. Like, because she's like, I'm not fucking helping you help that other girl. I hate her. And he just puts his mouth right on her. She's like, God damn it, I can't resist kisses.
Tells him where the blood realm is, and then it cuts to him flying away on the pterodactyl. So he showed up there, and he's like, I will give you 4 kisses if you tell me where the blood realm is.
It's a
She's
deal.
like, she took 2 of those kisses and then was like, wait a minute, why do you need to know where the blood realm is? And he's like, I gotta save the lady you hate, who I'm also banging. And she's like, well...
Then I require 3 titty honks as well, Zoran.
And he said, no deal. And she said, okay. And he's flying away on the pterodactyl and the pterodactyl is thinking, I didn't think we'd ever get out of there. Say, you mean we have to cross dead land? Nobody has ever come back from there. It's just a psychic exposition pterodactyl. And it's a very simple sentence what Zoran replies with. It's me reading the tone. But Zoran responds, I know. I know what blood realm is. I went to that lady to ask her how to find it. You don't have to tell me.
Is that how you read the I know, Liddy?
I read it more like, come on, motherfucker, I know.
There's no way in which it's...
Honestly, I read it with like sort of a weary sigh, like, I know. I like that we all took it in different directions, though.
All negative. All are like...
Yes. We all agree it's bad writing.
Your voice in my brain, pterodactyl. Can you not sound like Gilbert Gottfried like all the time?
Right. You can hear my thoughts and feel my boner through this horse saddle. We have no secrets. Speaking of bad writing, the next text box explains the exact goddamn thing the pterodactyl just thought.
Which is Deadland. And then they're flying over. The box after that is another psychic bubble from the pterodactyl who is thinking, this place sure is scary.
Yeah, like, was he supposed to be comic relief? Like, he's kind of the Iago of this comic. In Aladdin, he's the parrot.
Right. God, kind of?
Kind of, but like, no, I guess Iago fucked. Like, I was gonna say, but Iago fucked more than this at least.
I think that was in my head because you said Gilbert Gottfried, which voices Iago. So now I'm really thinking about this pterodactyl as Gilbert Gottfried Iago.
Now you know what? The next panel, he is making a Gilbert Gottfried face.
He is.
The next panel really just, removed from all context, is a very funny panel. It is like such a perfect visual demonstration of surprise and disgust of like, you've just dropped trow and took a shit on the bus, and this is like how the other passengers are looking at you. Like, what the fuck? And that's because they've just been shot at by lasers. So they're like surprised and disgusted by the lasers who have come from the Knights of the Deadland, who are more super generic demons. Like, at every opportunity, you've had the chance to design something somewhat interesting, and you said no. You said no thanks.
And, like, tell us an interesting story. Like, ooh, the Knights of the Deadlands. I bet that's a cool story. We're going to get their backstory and, like, what they... they're just dead immediately. Okay.
They're demons.
Demons spawn hellbent for blood, and he kills them
They can't fight for shit. They all miss with their surprise attack, and then 2 of them die to one sword swing. They die screaming. They're not like, curse you for murdering me. I'll be back from my demon realm, probably, because, I don't know.
The third,
demon's
however,
dead.
gets a laser blast off right into Zoran's chest. I'm like, I guess it's just a stun ray, as the pterodactyl's thinking, Zoran, wake up. Oh no, we're finished. He's out cold. To which the bedroll thinks, maybe not, Axig. And then the weird child bursts out saying, come on, you filthy demon, come on. Like, yeah, this is not a child. That's a 50-year-old man.
When we met this pterodactyl, it was kicking the shit out of a bunch of cavemen. So it's like, it's weird that all of a sudden now it's just fighting is not an option for him. I don't know. Something to think about. Craig Stormon.
Is the pterodactyl the damsel in distress now? Kind of.
Yes, he just...
The child has, like...
He's fucking it.
Has come out hardcore. He has a little dagger. He's challenging a demon knight from the Deadlands to a duel. The demon knight swoops in and just knocks the sword instantly out of his hand. This is a bad idea. It's like, come on, demon. Oh, shit. Oh, but then Zoran wakes up and slashes him across the throat. So that the stakes of those laser blasts were they make you fall asleep for about 4 seconds. Because he wakes up on the same page.
Yep.
The same page that
cuts his
tells us
head
he's
right off.
unconscious. He's like, nope, back
Yeah.
up. No problems.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. I mean, that's a pretty good knockout, Ray. 4 panels is...
12 seconds? Maybe a 12-second knockout?
Yeah, I would say 12. This feels like 12 seconds.
That's realistic. Back in the demon realm, they somehow know this because there's now a wizard character. He's telling Ragall that all the knights have failed, and then he gets his own little close-up zoom-in panel. I feel like he's just got like a Noel Fielding vibe. He's got a very...
But with shark teeth.
Yeah.
but with shark teeth. Like, that's a Noel Fielding vibe.
That's a good way to describe him.
And he's saying, nobody escapes the children of Astaroth, my lord. Nobody. Which is like a real, you're here telling him about your failure.
He did it already.
Yeah, he already did that thing that you said nobody does. That's a weird thing to say.
We'll get him next time, Master.
He's also got, we should describe his outfit. Sorry. Pope hat, bandolier with a skull on it, and he's holding a skull as well in his arm. And several necklaces, I think, and earrings. Big earrings. Gauged ears.
Yeah, gauged ears. Yeah, he's looking good.
So Zoran is... Ty's the kid, is talking to Ty, and he says, I thought I told you you're too young to come on this quest. And Ty says, if I hadn't come, you'd be dead right now. That's not true. You did nothing. You did absolutely nothing. They showed it. It was the last page. I'm looking at the last page where the one thing you did.
He bought him 9 of those 12 seconds where he was asleep. He might have died.
And to Zoran says, yeah, that's right, isn't it? I don't care. You must go back now.
They're in the realm where no one can return from. Also, they've said that 2 times. So if he sends him back like on his own, he'll either be the first person to ever do that or die.
Yeah, what are you doing? Does the child walk? Like how does that happen? What are you thinking?
You got another pterodactyl stash somewhere, dude?
The Ty says, Rolanda is all I've got.
Ajax would be so jealous. Ajax? I can't remember the pterodactyl's names.
Ibex. Agix.
I thought Ajax was the close. Axig, yeah.
Axig.
The
child says, Rolanda is all I've got. If we don't save her, the world won't be worth living in anyway. And then it cuts to the 3 of them looking worried. Only the pterodactyl is thinking, gee, I don't even know her.
He's like, what am I even doing here?
What? Like, I
was just trying
no
to
stakes in this
have
fight.
sky sex with his hunk.
Yeah, like, this is not... I'm getting a little jealous. Like, he's clearly not into me. I'm just gonna go.
He really is the comic relief parrot of this comic.
But none of it's intentional.
The next page, I think, is kind of amazing. It has maybe the first laugh track I've ever seen in a comic, because the demon guy says, hungry, my dear, to Rolanda. And she says, I'd starve before I'd eat your food, Ragall. And he says, yes, Rolanda, you will. Ah, ha, ha, ha. And there's just a silent panel of laughing goblin faces, as if like, they're just playing a laugh track.
He was clearly supposed to put words there, and he chose not to.
Absolute madness. Like, the laughter spreads through the crowd. Ha ha ha. Her humiliation is complete. No, it's nothing. It's just a bunch of blank faces.
Because of the weird silence, it scans exactly like the frame in The Simpsons where they're all waiting for Bart to say the catchprise. Like all the children are just looking at him.
That's what it looks like. Yep.
Like, oh God, what do you want?
Say the bone bread thing.
And she does not. So he says, now for a little entertainment. And out comes Sex Goro. Ooh, sexy, sexy Sex Goro.
Yeah, she's kind of got like a little rockabilly bob cut and a little
bangs,
round like a metal bikini.
She's got the 4 arms like all the demons, but then aside from that, looks totally normal human, like just a hot human with a bouncy bob cut. You're getting like a nice styling going in here.
Yep. Belly dancer pants and just 50 knives
that are all like strapped to her by ropes, like not secured well, just kind of roped around her knees.
She breaks into a jog. She's hemorrhaging out of her legs.
So she starts throwing knives at Rolanda for their entertainment while Shark-Toothed Noel Fielding giggles. But But this seemed like a pretty good party. And then Zoran and Axig crash it. They just burst in through, I don't know. I was going to say a skylight, but then if you look at the panel, they're like pieces of bricks. So they just like fell in through the ceiling.
Right through the castle.
Right through the
This
brick
pterodactyl
ceiling.
could just fly through castles. Or caves, whatever they are. I don't know.
And now it's time for the pterodactyl to kick ass again. So Zoran jumps off, kicks an orc guy in the face. The pterodactyl just grabs an orc guy's head and apparently, by the sound effects, crushes it easily. I don't know why he was so doomed earlier. Sharktooth Noel Fielding says, I think you'd better stop right there if you want your priestess alive. And he holds a dagger to Rolanda's throat. And then Zoran, ever the hero, says, okay, you got me. And he's not playing. He does not have a plan. This isn't Die Hard where he's got a sword duct taped to his back. And he's going to be like, oh. He's just like, well, fuck. Luckily, the crazy orphan man child with the terrible disease, who has never looked more like that thing I just said, is flying out of nothing. Flying out of the air based on nothing. Like there was no setup panel where you showed him creeping around. He's just launched through the sky and plunges a dagger into Noel Fielding's heart.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere. You're just like, what? Is there a cannon?
Yeah, the lines are all wrong. No one's in the same position from panel to panel.
Just fired a deformed little boy out of a cannon with a dagger?
Yeah.
That's how you take down Noel Fielding.
I think the wizard was holding Rolanda on one side, and then he's just completely alone when the little boy attacks him. So yeah, they did completely all change positions.
This little boy broke reality. So he says, you still haven't won, Zoran. I'll break the soul stone, and even if you kill me, I'll still win from the grave. But before he reaches it, Rolanda blasts him with a magic power ray. And then it shows her posing sexy in her bikini with an entirely different child. I don't know who this other child is. I can't even recognize that as the same child. The sound effect is blue.
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 F to B is a really hard blue.
That's fart sound.
F-B-B-L-O-O. It's a fart sound. It's just a fart.
She farts with her hands. That's her sorcery.
But she's got
She's like squashing her hand in her armpit to make her spells.
all this time she's had magic power rays that can instantly kill her attackers.
This pissed me off so much.
There was any number of times for her to use those and did not.
If they even said like, hi, when you're tied up, you can't do your sorcery or something, I'd be like, okay, fine. Because Wonder Woman had that for a while too, where if you like tie her hands together, she loses her powers. Because people who make comics are perverts. That's what we're learning and have learned since the 40s. But like, this is just like, what? How the fuck did you forget that she's the most powerful sorceress in all of Ryland? Like, come on, you got 4 characters to juggle, buddy.
She doesn't even need to say magic words. She can just shoot beams at her. That's way more than Zoran can do.
I'm also noticing now they really did just get rid of her straps so that she's wearing a tube top now. Like they stole her straps when they kidnapped her.
I'd be fine if they just said you can't do your spells if we take your straps. But then that would be proven wrong here because she's doing magic without the straps.
True.
Without your underwire, you are helpless, my dear.
They left her that. They left her that for sure. Just
That's
the straps are gone.
Last panel is like a sitcom panel. Zoran, the child who is now a girl.
Yeah.
He
Who
is.
is now
100%.
now an elfin girl.
Good for her.
I was gonna say sort of Spock ears on him too. Yeah.
and even the pterodactyl has completely changed its face and is now like smiling pleasantly as though this is the freeze frame in a 90s sitcom. And the bubble says, although Astaroth and Ragul were both wounded, they escaped into the darkness. Rolanda had plenty of time to perform her rite to hold back their evil demons for one more year. The beginning, ... No, that was the end.
No, that was the end.
Yeah. I thought that was clever. I was like, oh, instead of the end, it's the beginning.
Yeah, he invented it. He invented it in this comic in 1994. No one had ever done that before.
Wow.
The art is so hasty and it's such a different style. Like, look at the art in the last half of this page. Mm-hmm. That's not the same guy. I don't think that's the same artist. Like, none of the characters look the same. The art style is not the same at all.
Probably promotional art or like concept art.
They did not finish this comic, and then in a panic, he wrote this last panel and was like, I guess they both survived and took off. Goodbye. Goodbye, that's the end. Goodbye.
Changed bikinis. Change genders.
The pterodactyl becomes kind of goth. He has like goth makeup on.
It's wild even for him. Like, there was a backstage disaster that happened in this. Like, Del Reyes got all the way to the last half of the last page and was like, that's how it ends? I quit.
No question.
Yeah.
No question somebody's pissed off at him about this.
They did finally give Rolanda a vest to put over her bikini in the final panel. So that made me happy too.
I like that the final bikini has like a little frill on the outside, sort of like like just enough to say like this is an outfit, and I didn't like get my clothes torn off.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she's wandering around in the woods penniless anymore.
Right.
She's got a helmet. She's got bracers. She's.
It's a
vest.
lady bikini, not a hobo bikini. That's what I like.
Yeah, it lets you know that, like, it was wrong of her kidnappers to forcibly strip her. When she makes her own choices, it looks pretty much the same, but there's a vest. Like, they took the vest
Yes.
is where the consent violation was. It's such a hasty ending within the one comic, and then it got canceled that you're like, you didn't, I will not give you credit for making it to one full issue. I don't think you did. I don't buy it. Because that also ended on page 21, and like, yeah, that's fairly standard for comics that have ads. Guess what doesn't have ads? Blue Comet. Nobody's advertising. Nobody's advertising with Blue Comet. So he had to fill the rest of this with like splash pages with promotional art.
What's funny about this is that he looks so identical to Conan that he might have just like asked if somebody had any Conan drawings lying around.
And two people said yes, which is funny because there are more than that in here. And he found two people who could draw. Some of these are pretty fantastically bad, but none are worse than the one Craig Stormont himself drew, which is the one on page 26, where he is Zoran is like power squatting. He looks like an articulated action figure that somebody forgot to pose, like that you would just find laying in the toy box.
It's just so close to awesome, though. It's, I don't know, like a Mike Allred type of weirdness to it that he missed by a lot. But like, there's something about this maniac that, yeah, I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up trying to explain it.
You have to see it to understand.
I guess I understand his vision. I get what he's trying to do, maybe more than other maniacs. And it makes me, his failure is pretty severe. But like, I think I can see the world as he sees it. I just don't share his delusions.
He did all the art for Life Brigade and a couple of others. And like, it is so much more, it meshes so much better to have like this maniac text that is wildly misspelled and broken with his very clumsy art that has like a visual style to it that feels kind of unique, where like, I kind of like the clumsiness. But it meshes so well with like the maniac things that you're saying that it's weird when you pay a professional artist and then you put misspelled maniac stuff over it. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, that's put the original words back. Like, stop fucking with this. But no, those were the original words. He was never convinced. Like, it's better when you draw it your own. And like, the whole maniac world comes together much better than Zoran's Star Warrior.
I think it's Batman's fault that people aren't talking about Zoran.
Yeah.
And the X-Men, those stupid X-Men.
Oh my God, no. Don't you ever badmouth the X-Men.
Can I read you the teaser text at the very end for his next project?
Oh, please do.
Blue Comet Press is starting production on a new project that we will be marketing to many stores other than comic shops due to the problems stated in our editorial in this issue. He's not done.
Still not over it.
He's not done. He brought it to the back page. Our first project for outside the direct market will be the original dinosaur dictionary, which we are just beginning work on for mid-1990 release. This will have full-page drawings of all the most popular and well-known dinosaurs, as well as a couple paragraphs that tell the specs on each animal.
Did he ever finish that?
He's gonna draw only the best dinosaurs and give you dinosaur specs.
I feel like we read
That's
about
like a
this
children's book.
in a Life Brigade. Then I was excited for it, but I don't think I ever looked up if he finished it.
Dave Marchman, head writer at BCP, will be scripting with help from Craig Stormont. Del Barris will be painting the full color wraparound cover. Oh, there it is. That's why he didn't finish. Del Barris quit on this issue, so he never. Other artists tentatively drawing plates will be Tim Vigil, Ben Dunn, Duval Stowers from Roller Coasters. I'm sorry, Roller Force. That's the name they use for themselves. Whereas Roller Coasters is the name they will be known to the world. Stephen Hughes and possibly other artists. This book will have up-to-date information on each animal, and we may possibly have a story in the last couple pages.
Look forward to that. Facts about dinosaurs.
And potentially a story.
A story about dinosaurs? Oh.
About one way the dinosaurs became extinct. What does that mean?
It seems like there is only one way that the dinosaurs became extinct.
Not to this fucking maniac.
Well, I mean, unless you're hiring a bunch of, like, paleontologists, then you're just going to be taking existing dinosaur information from dinosaur books that are out there already. Maybe he didn't expect me to solve that fucking mystery, but, like...
There's no way that's what he did. Or if he did, it's interpreted by a madman. Like, I'm gonna have to find that book, because I guarantee that one way the dinosaurs became extinct is not the way you're thinking.
I just looked up Stormont dinosaur book, and Google's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't think he made it.
It's impossible to search for. Yeah, I get that's the one way the dinosaurs went extinct. They got canceled before they got even started, and that's why they're his favorite. He really sees himself in them. Anyway, if you subscribe to our Patreon, you can access hundreds of bonus podcasts. Today, for our bonus podcast, we'll be talking more about Zoran, because I do have that issue 0, which in true Stormont fashion, that was just issue 1 with a handful of useless pages. But what useless pages they are! That's not a great selling point. Fuck! Canceled.
Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt.